Hold on, because what I'm about to share isn't just another headline, it's the kind of story that shakes hip-hop to its foundation. This isn't drama about a late album, or a petty feud. This is the collapse of an empire, and it started on a scorching afternoon in Atlanta. At exactly 2 p.m., the sound of sirens split through the city. A fleet of police SUVs cornered a luxury car racing down the highway. Inside was no ordinary driver, it was King Harris, the son of legendary rapper T.I. What happened next felt like something ripped out of a crime thriller. Officers popped the trunk, and what they found stunned the world. Drugs, high-powered weapons, crates of cash, and a folder stamped in bold letters, confidential state deals. In seconds, a routine stop turned into an international scandal. Cameras caught King being dragged away in handcuffs, tears in his eyes, shouting for everyone to hear, "This isn't mine. It's my father's. T.I. is behind it all." The footage spread like wildfire. Within hours, news alerts exploded across every screen. King Harris accuses T.I. after explosive bust. The fallout was immediate. By dawn the next day, T.I.'s Atlanta mansion was stormed by armed officers. Neighbors filmed as one of hip-hop's most iconic figures was led out in shackles. The man once seen as a symbol of survival now branded as a criminal mastermind. Fans were stunned. Critics whispered that maybe T.I. had been hiding a secret empire of drugs, weapons, and political ties all along. And then came the twist nobody expected. Comedian Katt, known for calling out Hollywood's darkest secrets, took the stage that night and declared, "T.I. and King don't belong on a stage, they belong in prison." His words sent the internet into chaos. Hashtags trended by the millions. Hashtag T.I. exposed, hashtag King snaps, hashtag Harris empire crumble. Some defended T.I., calling this a setup, while others demanded life sentences. Just as the fire began to settle, another bombshell surfaced, a shaky phone recording. In the clip, King's voice could be heard whispering frantically, "Dad, the cops are closing in. Should we go with Plan B?" Then came T.I.'s chilling response, "Relax. We've got everything under control." That short clip was enough to throw gasoline on an already raging fire. Was it real? Was it doctored? It didn't matter. Public opinion had already shifted. To many, it was confirmation that the Harris family wasn't just caught in scandal, they were running a full-fledged criminal syndicate. Tiny was seen breaking down in tears. Industry insiders distanced themselves overnight. Endorsements vanished. And the Harris legacy, built over decades of music, fame, and business, crumbled in front of the world. The question now isn't whether this is a scandal. It's whether this is the end. Did King expose his father in a desperate attempt to save himself, or was it the ultimate betrayal? One thing is certain, Atlanta may never look at its hip-hop royalty the same way again. The story of the Harris family has turned into one of the biggest scandals the entertainment world has ever seen. What started as rumors quickly exploded into a full-blown crisis that spread across the internet like wildfire. The moment footage leaked, showing what many believed was the smoking gun, social media went into overdrive. Hashtags filled timelines, hashtag evil Harris family, hashtag prison for T.I., hashtag criminal empire, and within hours the Harris name, once tied to music and fame, was being dragged through the mud. Tiny, standing before flashing cameras, broke down in front of the press. Tears streamed down her face as she admitted, "I tried to save my son, but now I see the truth. My husband dragged him into this world of crime. My family is destroyed. My son's future is shattered, and I don't know if we can ever come back from this." Her confession was heartbreaking, and it played non-stop across every news outlet. For many, it was the moment the empire began to unravel in public view. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, An anonymous group calling themselves the Phantom Syndicate released a statement that shook the story even further. They claimed to have proof linking the Harris family to arms deals, political payoffs, and offshore accounts. Soon after, screenshots, encrypted emails, and confidential files began leaking one by one, each one more damaging than the last. Suddenly, it wasn't just about a father and son in trouble, it was about an entire dynasty collapsing under the weight of its secrets. Inside police headquarters, investigators discovered something chilling on King Harris's confiscated phone: dozens of encrypted voice notes. The recordings hinted at shady shipments, bribed judges, and coded instructions tied to unsolved crimes across multiple states. Once detectives connected the dots, one truth became undeniable: the Harris family wasn't just caught up in a few bad choices. This was an empire of corruption, rotting from the inside. Even before official reports could be released, leaks took over social media. Screenshots were everywhere on Twitter, voice clips trended on Instagram Live, and TikTok creators turned the evidence into viral exposés. Hashtags like #HarrisFiles and #KingSnitch dominated every feed. Fans felt betrayed while critics smugly declared, "I knew it all along." Meanwhile, King Harris sat alone in a cell, rocking back and forth, muttering the same haunting line over and over: "My dad told me this day would come. When the empire falls, it takes us all with it." The following day, prosecutors revealed not only charges against T.I., but also warnings of future indictments against managers, producers, and even bodyguards. The industry panicked. Questions spread: how deep did this go? How many people knew, but stayed silent to protect their fame? Then came Katt Williams. The outspoken comedian, long known for exposing Hollywood's dark secrets, called an emergency press conference. His words were venomous: "T.I. isn't a king, he's a parasite. And King Harris? He's no innocent victim. He's been groomed in crime since day one." Katt claimed he had been threatened by the Harris family in the past, laughed at when he tried to warn others. Now, with the world watching, he pulled out his phone and played a recording that he said was years old, T's voice instructing someone to move a shipment before police found it. Gasps filled the room. Whether real or fake, the damage was immediate. The clip went viral in minutes. Soon after, even more footage surfaced. Surveillance video from T's own studio showed stacks of money being counted, briefcases exchanged, and King casually walking through, as if this was daily life. In one chilling moment, T.I. was heard telling his son, "Never let them see you weak. If you get caught, remember, you're just the face. I'm the ghost." The revelation destroyed any last defense the family might have had. Tiny, who had been quiet through much of the chaos, finally cracked during an interview. With swollen eyes and a trembling voice, she confessed that she had begged T.I. not to drag King into his dealings. "He told me this was bigger than family. That it was survival. I've lost my husband. I've lost my son. And now I've lost myself." Her words broke hearts across the world. Fans burned T's albums, deleted King's music, and declared the Harris name dead in hip-hop. But the nightmare only deepened. Anonymous hackers later released what they called the Harris Empire Black Files, documents allegedly tying T.I. to global crime networks, and even bribing high-ranking officials. If true, it was no longer just a family scandal, but a political conspiracy. By midnight, Atlanta was in chaos. Protesters filled the streets, chanting for justice. Some swore T.I. was framed, while others believed King was simply a spoiled child caught in the mess. But most agreed on one thing: the empire was finished. Inside the courtroom, the trial became a media circus. Prosecutors unveiled video after video, bank statements, coded emails, and the infamous Black Files. The most brutal moment came when Katt Williams took the stand, testifying with fiery conviction. He accused T.I. of grooming his son to inherit an empire built on corruption. The defense scrambled to fight back, but the evidence was too overwhelming. As the case unfolded, it became clear this wasn't just about music or fame, it was about power, greed, and the price of living above the law. Tiny's cries, King's broken whispers, and T's hollow stare told the story better than any headline ever could. The Harris dynasty had fallen, not with quiet dignity, but in flames, dragged down by the very lies it was built upon. And as the world watched, one truth became clear: when fathers fall, they often take their sons with them. The empire was gone, and all that remained was a cautionary tale of fame, crime, and betrayal.